there was a couple who got married, but she wasn't able to get pregnant. So they told me they went to the orphanage that I go to every day for school. For there, they picked up a boy. Whoever saved these children from North Korea, you are saving your life. And there's so much can be done in the world, it's just so easily. I don't know why things are so hard to make a difference in this world. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park. I am a North Korean defector, human rights activist. Today in this video, I am going to talk about adoption in North Korea. I met a lot of Korean Americans, they were South Koreans actually. They told me that they were adopted in the US when they were infants. And I never met that many. It's like the word adoption really wasn't very used in North Korea, so I was really shocked. Like, what does it mean adopted? Like, how does it work? And they told me, oh, the people here in the US wanted more children, or didn't have their own children, they just wanted other people's children, and that's how they got adopted. And what they told me shocked me more, which was how hard it is to adopt a child in the US. And I was really shocked, why is it so hard? And they said oh, in order to adopt, you gotta have, the marriage, the family, or maybe you gotta be married. I'm not exactly sure, but you have to financially secure, you have maybe history, everything. The process, they told me, very unbelievably vigorous, and so many people want to adopt, but they cannot here. They really made me think about the orphans I saw in North Korea. So on my way to school, I only attended a few semesters in the elementary school when I was in North Korea, because my father was arrested when I was 8 or around 9. Therefore, I didn't really go to school that much. However, during that short period, I do remember going to school, and on the way to my elementary school, there was an orphanage. This orphanage had just a lot of children, babies to around 7, even 9 years old, Korean age, so around maybe 5 or 6 years old, I guess max. And on the way go to school, they looked, even in my eyes, they looked not like children. Their eyes were all very hollow, and they don't have any focus in their eyes because they are just so hungry. And just going to the school, I see they were sleeping inside, sometimes taking a nap time for these children. And the babies don't really cry. That is what breaks my heart even to this day, that the children that I was seeing every day going to school, these babies, now I have a toddler. It's so normal for this toddler to cry, but no baby in the orphanage ever cried. Maybe the teachers wouldn't allow them cry, or they didn't have any energy to cry.
I came into a room and I saw some 15 babies lying on the floor, all in the same situation, very malnourished, clad in the same clothing, no energy, just crying, or not even crying, but whining. They didn't have the energy to brush the flies off their faces. They were filled with sores and infections, and they had fingers that were like little sticks. It was a horrible sight, and these children are bound to die if they're not being helped in the very next.
And they're like windows in this freezing North Korea. In the winter time, it can go to even up to 37 minus Celsius. They don't have windows, and they are windows that were just open, and this freezing wind going into them. And their cheeks all their skins all just broke, and you cannot recognize the human skins. Even these children's skins were bleeding and just yellow, and so many things coming out of their face. They smell. And everybody was like really trying to avoid that orphanage. They just thought that was very dirty. In our neighborhood, like that's when I first time for the first time I heard that someone adopts in North Korea. There was a couple who got married, but she wasn't able to get pregnant. So they told me they went to the orphanage that I go to every day for school. For there, they picked up a boy. But going to orphanage, adopting in North Korea is not like you filing for the government and going through the process. None of that. You just like whenever you want to go to orphanage, you just go there and talk to the teachers, whatever they call it in the orphanage. And they really thank you if you take the orphan from the orphanage because they don't have really much food for anybody. So they beg you to take these orphans. So they went one day and they saw this boy and he was really cute. So they brought him. And when they just brought him a few days later, they said their child was eating this like 2 years old, 3 years old, was eating more than their father, was eating so much. And when I saw him on the street and they were introducing him to us, his belly was like this huge, not from food by food. When you have the malnutrition, your belly gets really, really, really big. But he was behaving so unbelievably like nice. Someone like 2-3 years now I think about it. These orphans don't act like babies. It is amazing like how children grow so fast when they have to. And so but later what we heard, this couple had to return him because they didn't also have a lot of food for themselves. And it just so making no sense. Like there are so many people in America wants to have children and want to adopt, but they can't because of bureaucracy or the rule. I don't know, whatever the rule that is. Whoever saved these children from North Korea, you are saving your life. And there's so much can be done in the world. It's just so easily. I don't know why things are so hard to make a difference in this world. Why is it so hard to make, good for another human? And I'm just like, I just can't sometimes breathe. Like, how this is okay? All these parents in America are only their hope is like adopting somebody, adopting a child, and these children in North Korea, all they wanting is having a like loving parents, or just having some food and hug them ever, give them some hug and looking into them eyes, and they are like somebody special. And I just really think there's so much injustice in the world, and in this injustice that doesn't even make sense. It can be fixed in such a easy tweak, and I don't know how to do that. And I really hope like this is where we can start the journey, where I really hope somehow Americans can even adopt North Korean children as well. I know a lot of South Korean children came to America and they went to good schools, they became doctors, and they're helping others, and they are flourishing in this land of the free. And like that, someday I really hope that we can adopt these precious children from North Korea too, and letting them enjoy this freedom that we enjoy every day. Oh, my last thoughts is that I think it's just like not giving it up. How that's what I'm keep reminding myself. It just sometimes a lot of people don't even know what's happening in the world, and that is why we haven't been able to working on those problems. And that's what I'm trying to do, at least like highlighting the problems, highlighting the injustice that another human is facing, and how easily they can be fixed. And when we know the problem, I'm sure that we almost half step to solving that problem. So thank you again for helping me to spread awareness in this world about the North Korean people and about the injustices everywhere in this world. And I'm so grateful you continue to support me with my mission to free North Korea and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.